Hi, this is Chris from Orange Coast College's Art Department, reviewing how to shade a sphere using studio markers in the industrial design style. All right, so first off, I'm going to assume that you know all the components of a shaded sphere, so I'm not going to go into any of the definitions. If you don't, give it a quick review before beginning this exercise. All right, so first off, what do we got to work with? I've got a marker set here. I've got a color erase. I've got a Pentel sign pen. And I just need to start off by drawing a circle. Now I could sketch that out, but sometimes when I want to make sure I get it just right, I'm going to go find something round. And in this case, I'm going to just find this plastic tumbler. I can give it a quick trace to get a circle. And then I'm going to draw an ellipse for the cast shadow, which is roughly about the width of the sphere. So to begin with, I'm going to start off with my core shadow. And I like to think of the core shadow as sort of a crescent moon or a banana here, not at the edge of my sphere, but set in from the edge to account for some reflected light. So that's the darkest part of the sphere with my 60. That'll dry a little lighter. Now I'm going to just transition in both directions, both into the shaded area, leaving a little edge for my next marker. This is my 50. And I'm going to come up and probably touch the sides here where the points of the moon are. And I'll double up a little bit as I get closer to the core shadow. And then what I want to do is just take the rest of my lighter markers and work my way around transitioning to a small paper white ellipse right in the middle. So here I'm on 30. And then 10 is hard to see, but I still want to use it. I'm going to go around and hit the top edge. There's my 10. And I'm going to grab my 40 and go catch the very edges here of the sphere where there's reflected light. All right, and because my 50 and my 60 have a pretty big gap, I'm going to just try to build up a little bit more, just add a little bit more 50 there to even out the transition. Now let's take a look at the core shadow. I'm going to start with a 70 and just draw the outline. I'm not going to have an ink outline for the core shadow because it's not a thing like I will for the sphere. And I'm going to start at the darkest. I'm going to take my 90 here and just go in and get some occlusion shadow and then work it on out with my 80. My 80 and 90 have a big step change, value change, so I'm going to really double up on the 80 there, and then get back out to the 70 here on the edges. All right, and while this is drying, I'm just going to trace the blue line with my Pentel sign pen. And that should do it. Let's take a look once it's dry. Okay, now that it's all dried up, you can kind of see how the values work. You might have a set like mine where there are some pretty big value jumps between different markers. Between my 80 and 90, I've got a pretty big value jump, so I'm going to just try to transition that a little bit more. All right, now it's your turn. Find yourself your materials, maybe trace a circle, and have fun.